Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Blake316, and we are going on another adventure in NYC. This store we're going to is called Book Off, and this store literally has everything. As you can see, this store has so much that it actually has stuff overflowing outside. This was actually my first time going into the store. Oh, I lied. I went in the store previously. I literally walked in and then I walked right back out because I was just overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that they had and I just wasn't ready. So this experience of me going through the store recording this is my first time experiencing the store along with you guys. And as you see, as soon as I walk in, they have all these Xboxes and Xbox Ones and PS4s and like Wii's. They're just like all these used consoles right by the entrance as soon as you walk in. Like already, it's tons of stuff that you see. As far as what this store has, it's primarily like a manga bookstore slash physical media store, but they have everything: toys, video games. It's and a lot of it's like Japanese import stuff. This store is insane. As you see some of the like the Figma and SH Figure Art figures, I'll be honest with you, those prices of those figures were pretty expensive. I'm used to going to certain stores where I can see them and get them for retail, but I don't know if they were rare or whatnot, but yeah, they were pretty pricey. But as you see, the first aisle, you see nothing but physical media. And if you're a physical media guy like myself, like this is just awesome. I love physical media. I hope physical media never dies. I support it 100%. And as you see, this first aisle alone is nothing but Blu-ray and DVD content. As you see, it even has an upstairs, a manga, anime, Japanese book, like I earlier stated, but we're gonna get to that later. Right now, we're just going down the first aisle. And I'll be honest with you, I was so overwhelmed by all of this, like, I don't know, stuff. I couldn't think of any Blu-rays or DVDs that I wanted that came to mind. So at this point, I was just kind of looking around. You see, they have the complete Dragon Ball Z collection. I actually have a few of those. But like just seeing all this stuff was so awesome. Like you can't even go in a Best Buy these days and see physical media like this. Best Buy barely even sells physical media like this, but this book off store has all this stuff. Now, I believe all the physical media that I did see was used. I don't believe they sell actually new stuff, but as you can see, everything's in really good condition. And it's just like, it's just insane. All these DVDs and Blu-rays for people who love physical media. And I liked how I seen the store's crowded. You know, there's still an audience for physical media, which is really cool. You see, they even got some CDs over here. But before I continue with like the DVDs and the CDs, I found the video game aisle. And man, the video games they sell, it's insane. They had Xbox 360, PS2, you see PSP, you see PlayStation Vita, and right behind me they had like this huge Funko Pop wall. And right now as I'm just focusing on this one shelf, I'm pretty much just trying to catch them slipping, trying to catch like an expensive game and possibly find it for cheap. Because this one particular section I was looking in, if you notice the sign, it said all games were $3.99 and less. And unfortunately, they had everything reasonably priced the right way, and I couldn't find any crazy games. But like they had Xbox One games, they had the Wii games. It was just pretty much insane. They had the Xbox 360 games, which right now I'm definitely like on an Xbox 360 kick, trying to buy as many Xbox 360 games that I missed out on. I couldn't really find anything. I was tempted to get the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 only because my disc is currently broken and I wanted to upgrade it, but even for $4, I probably should have done it, but I didn't. But I'm just looking, like I'm just trying to catch them slipping, bro. Trying to find something really good. But they had everything stocked the right way. If you notice, I pointed at a Dishonored game. I don't know about you guys, but I think Dishonored is one of the more overrated series ever. I just couldn't get into it. But then again, I don't really like stealth games. They had original Xbox games, and for some reason, when I was looking at these Xbox games, I don't know, this Cat in a Hat game caught my eye. I was like, "Damn, is this a rare game?" And then I looked it up on eBay, and it was like $10. So I was like, put it back. But yeah, I was just really just trying to catch them slipping. At the same time, I was looking to see if anything I actually liked as well. But I wasn't really finding anything as far as games. But they had, look at all these games. They had Wii U games. Like, they had everything. They had PS3, PSP, PlayStation Vita. I was just like, holy crap. And I was looking at these pops. Me personally, I'm not a real Funko Pop collector. I probably have maybe three. and I never bought any of them that were given to me. But once again, found some more Xbox 360 games, and I'm looking, and I'm like, man, let me find them slipping. Let me find a super expensive game. But at the same time, I was looking for games like Wolverine Origins. I couldn't. They didn't have that. It's one 360 game I really want. I was looking at the Saints Row series, and I remember somebody recommending that series to me and saying I should get it. But for $10, I didn't really want to. I didn't want it that much, even though that's a really good price. If you notice here, I found Bully on the Wii. I've never seen Bully on the Wii. I do own the Xbox 360 version, but this is my first time seeing Bully on the Wii. Some of the games were priced pretty good. Some games were really expensive, like especially like I said, some of the figures are really expensive. So like some things were really good deals, and some things like whoa, that's a lot of money. But you see me here looking at the PSP stuff, and you never really see PSP stuff. It's kind of crazy. More Xbox 360 stuff. It's funny. I pulled out Dead Space 2 because I was curious to see how much it was, and I think it was $7. I recently just bought that game for $20, even though my copy is a little bit cleaner. But yeah, some prices like pretty decent, but it was nothing that I really caught my eye looking here. Uh, as I move over a little, like I said, they got PS4 games. That terrible series Watch Dogs. I don't know how anyone could like that series. I was looking at the PSP games, and I remember someone stating how a particular PSP game was actually pretty expensive and rare. I don't know if this was it, but they wanted $60 for that one. TMNT, $20. Like, so they knew what they were doing. These people knew what they were pricing their stuff as. But yeah, I just keep looking, and I'm just like, holy crap! I was so overwhelmed by, and this is just one aisle, one aisle. They had more Xbox games. It was just insane how many games they had. Like you really don't see stores like this often. They had a Nintendo Switch selection, a bunch of Nintendo Switch games. They had some NES games. They had some N64 games. Seeing what they had, but everything once again was like reasonably priced. They knew how much stuff was worth. Like the Turok game was $32. I actually want to get the Turok game for the N64, but I don't know. I'm gonna wait. Not in a rush. Um, Once again, they had the look they had Super Famicom games. They had Famicom games. Like this type of stuff you just don't really see too much. But it was definitely cool to see. They had Japanese N64 games. They had a lot of stuff here. Loose PSP games. More Famicom, Super Famicom. I don't have anything to play those games, so I didn't really spend much time looking at them. But one thing I thought was really cool that I'd never seen in person was they actually had Japanese Game Boy games. I've seen these online, but I've never actually seen them in person sold in stores. So I thought that was pretty cool. A lot of Japanese stuff. Once again, more Funko Pops that were just like thrown in with the video games. There's one particular Batman game caught my eye for some reason. Maybe because I want to collect all the Batman games. Should have bought it, but I was just like so just like I was just so overwhelmed by everything. And the next aisle I go in, and then they have all these toys. The cool thing is they had some new toys, but they also had some really old toys. Like this Batman Beyond figure I thought was pretty damn cool. I was like, man, that's a cool figure. But then I looked at the price tag and it said $90. I was like, yeah, it's not that cool. But yeah, they had tons of figures from Fig Arts to Storm Collectibles. They had some Marvel Legends. Um, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff they had. And then they had some cases with the more expensive stuff. And I remember they had a pretty decent selection of like Transformers and stuff. I don't know if anyone's actually into Transformers as far as toys. I've always been kind of into them, but I actually never really pulled the trigger on collecting them, which is probably a good thing because I don't need to collect any more other figures. But getting pretty close, especially with the new dinosaur ones. There's tons and tons of toys. And this store literally had everything. It was insane. They even had Terminator 2 toys from like the 90s. That's like they literally had old and new stuff. It was pretty cool to see in person. But it's just continuing in the store, man. Mind you, the store is 3 floors. There's a top floor, there's a bottom floor, and I'm still like in the I only got to 2 aisles. Cool. These are more of the higher end figures. I really like that Hulk figure. Now, when I was in the store, it's kind of crazy. They had these pictures of people posted throughout the aisles of people who stole. I found it funny and sad at the same time. Like this sign says, look, it's like this. They stole a whole bunch of Funko Pops, and they have the pictures like throughout the store. And I thought it was pretty funny. If you guys know these people, call the police. And it was funny. They had it on like an empty shelf. I wonder if they stole like that whole shelf of Funko Pops. But anyway, other than the people who were stealing stuff on the aisle corners, they also had once again Super Famicom games and Nintendo 64 Japanese games, and they had them hung in plastic wraps and like on hooks and stuff, kind of how they do. And like if you actually go to Japan, which was pretty cool, they had a whole amiibo selection. But continuing down this aisle, they had even more figures. They had statues. It was just insane. They had some Gundam stuff. You see some Nintendo collectibles. They even had like even more expensive figures. I'll admit a lot of those figures were pretty expensive. I'm like I said, I'm used to getting them for retail. But I understand if you can't really get those figures anymore and you don't want to order it online. I can understand paying those prices if you can get it right away in person. I'm that type of guy who I'll pay a little bit more if I can get it in person than having to wait to get it online. That's just me. But they even had instruments from keyboards to guitars to G-Shock watches. It was just they had everything in here, and it was literally reminded me of like those stores in Japan that you see. They had some CDs. I didn't go down this aisle, but after seeing that woman over there, I probably should have went down that aisle, said hi or something. But I'm just playing. As you see, they have even loose figures in the bags. They have it's just insane stuff. Like it's just they have what is those Power Rangers? They have some wrestling figures. It's just stuff everywhere. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some loose Funko Pops. It's just stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. Like I said, it was kind of overwhelming. They had this little Funko Pop mini stuff. It was just like, look, wrestling figures. It's just like, what is going on? They had Legos. I don't even remember seeing those. But you know what? That was pretty much just the main floor. Now we're gonna go up the flight of stairs to now this floor. It was it was like their book section. Like I said, this place is called Book Off, right? And I'll be honest with you, I personally had no interest in any of these books. But hey, I figured I'd show you guys anyway because they had books on everything. They even had a little reading section. I wonder if that guy reading that book is actually going to pay for this book. But this store had everything, and I think I'm just going through these aisles, and once again, the best part about this store, it was all like physical stuff. You just don't see stuff like this anymore. And even like now, people when they buy books, they buy them on Kindles or they digitally. It's just like, bro, this is how I prefer to read a book. And even if you notice, they have signs where they buy people's books. If you're trying to get rid of your books, they buy them and they'll sell them yourselves. Now, like I said, I wasn't really interested in that section, but now we head downstairs. This is the basement. This is the manga section. This is the section that this is why the stories exist. Me personally, I'm not really a manga guy. Uh, I never really got interested in buying manga, but going through the store, I was definitely tempted. But I was like, you know what? Let me not do that to myself. But you see, they had literally everything from some series called Case Closed. A lot of his artwork looked really cool. They had Dragon Ball Z, which is really cool. Plenty of copies. They had Dragon Ball. I didn't even know what that was about. Someone might want to tell me in the comment section, but they have plenty of issues of that. Tons of stuff, tons and tons of stuff. And like this is just all manga. This whole floor is nothing but manga. See some more really good artwork. I don't know what any of this is, but it looks cool. I seen one book. I seen the Legend of Zelda book. I was like, oh, that might be the first manga I ever buy. But I was like, let me not. I kept moving it. Some more stuff, more stuff. It's just, I was just like this could probably be like a manga reader's dream going to the store. They had books on craft, they had books on cooking, like it was like craft and cooking manga. I don't know. They had manga that I in Japanese, I assume. Um, It's just insane. And there's just tons of it. And it's just everywhere, 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 everywhere. And the cool thing about this store, granted, I went kind of early. I think I went around like 12 o'clock noon. It wasn't very crowded, so I really had time to just walk around freely without people getting in my way and stuff. It was kind of really relaxing. I have passed this store before and I have seen like larger crowds there and stuff, but like I said, I went there kind of early. As you see here, we have music CDs, whether they're manga CDs or just various different artists. Some more books. It's pretty much insane, this store. And I was just like, man. And they have more stuff over here. And it's just on the walls. Found more pictures of people stealing and stuff. It was just like insane. At this point, I'm pretty much just like, uh, I pretty much walked through the whole store and I'm kind of just walking through it again. And with that being said, this store was incredible. Like I said, this store was called Book Off. It was located in New York City. If you like manga, I definitely suggest it. Check it out. But anyway, it's me, Blake316, with another video for you guys. Like always, if you like these type of videos, please hit a thumbs up. Subscribe for future videos. Let me know what you think. And until next time, guys. Peace.